All right. Next up, you guys might remember we watched Doctor Nowhere, which was the here we go. Parasite, guys. It's the boiled one phenomenon, that kind of stuff. And he has just now dropped a new video. It's like it's 13 minutes long. The Oddity Compendium installation 1 sounds good. Like I like that kind of shit. It reminds me of the whatchamacallit again. The whole meat, whatever it's called, Vita Carnis. Vita Carnis kind of reminds me of that thing, at least from the title alone and from the thumbnail. It seems like it's gotta be like analyzing different like oddities, or literally different like kind of like monsters and stuff. It seems like. So let's get started. Oh, that's a new one.
Nowhere's Office of Wonders presents the Oddity Compendium, a beginner's anomaly education program. Welcome to the Oddity Compendium. Today, we will be learning about many wonderful and strange oddities that exist inside of, outside of, and around your universe.
Yeah.
These strange phenomena can range anywhere from life forms, products, and organizations to even events and anomalous time periods. Important. The following information has been acquired from reality.
Fucking with the audio, it's kind of hard to get it right.
That may be separate from the one you are currently residing in. Please be aware that knowledge or comprehension of incompatible information may result in a conscious reality fracture.
I love how this whole thing, I don't know why, I guess it's because of the multiple colors and shit. This reminds me of this text specifically, I guess the icon as well. Reminds me of Cruelty Squad. I don't know if any of you have played that game. It actually looks kind of similar.
Incompatible information may result in a
Installment number 1. Fox Beds, a land of forgotten faces and geometric knowledge beyond belief. I should turn on the subtitles. It's auto-generated. Never mind. This actually just looks like Cruelty Squad. Number 1. Your own bed may be harboring a hunger for your flesh. Sleep with a cold fan on if possible. Man, I wish I had one of those. Why do you think I'm naked, bro? It's fucking hot as shit. I'm not naked. Topless. 2. If you ever walk downstairs one morning and your family is gone, interactive with the headless corpses that remain in the steads should be avoided. Non-existence is a contagious disease. I don't understand. If your family's gone, interacting with the headless corpses. What do you mean headless corpses? Are the family members or just like random headless corpses and your family members themselves are gone? Like disappeared. This is non-existence. But if their bodies are still there, then they clearly exist, right? If you're in the middle of nowhere and you get a rush of brilliant ideas, turn back immediately. Enlightenment is a drug and the withdrawals can kill. For real? Actually reminds me of an anime that I watched. Kind of had a similar type of thing. At least in the first episode.
Flesh-beds or mattress folk are a species of parasitic subhuman that highly resemble bedding mattresses. The body of a dormant flesh bed appears identical to a standard mattress. However,
I don't think this is one of those. There's a bed right there. I don't think that's one of those, probably. I think I'm safe.
Slicing the thin sheet-like skin reveals many soft organs, limb-like appendages, and a humanoid head which
Oh yeah. This one has cuts like over it. Yeah, that's not it.
Beneath the skin.
Not it. It has cuts. We're good. I'm safe.
They were first discovered in the late 1960s when a mattress company was surveying excess storage. Upon finding many seemingly pristine mattresses.
A mattress company? There's such a thing? I always thought like, what? Why so specific? A mattress company? I get like a chair company, right? But like a mattress seems like how many ways can you make a mattress? To the point where there'd be like multiple companies that make mattresses. I feel like you'd have to make something else besides mattresses to like keep your company going, surely.
Mattresses that had not been sold, they gave them away to thrift shops and people in need. The people who received the mattress folk initially had no issues with faux beds. It wasn't until the air began to warm up that these beds awoke from their uneventful hibernations.
Interesting.
The first report.
Oh, so they can't like survive in cold conditions, but in hot conditions they come alive, I guess. Well, survive. Be active, I suppose.
Was 19-year-old Alice Diger. She had
Why the laughs? Why is that funny?
sleeping on a flesh bed for roughly 6 months before her sudden disappearance. After noticing the stench of sulfur and rot originating from her bed, her family called authorities, and the inside of the mattress revealed a feasting parasite, several hundred human bones, and a half-digested Alice.
Yikes.
The method in which mattress folks
Ugh.
sustain themselves
What the fuck?
is by waiting for the body heat of a host to wake them from their dormant state. Kind of like an egg, but not nearly as tasty.
That's why is this like a
After they
comedy?
awake, they slowly unfold themselves from their soft mattress-like bodies. This process is very gradual and happens underneath its body or on its side so as not to be detected. After roughly a month of this process and on a night 17 degrees Fahrenheit or higher, its head and arms fully emerge and pull the sleeping host into its
What's
body.
70 degrees Fahrenheit? I'm guessing like half, and half of that is like Celsius probably. Actually, no, that seems like, nah. That's probably like 20
Where
degrees
prey is
Celsius.
slowly digested.
Oh. Well, that's not
Not
funny.
much
Why are
is
people
known
laughing?
about how these sleeping beauties came about, but it is theorized that since they are subhuman, they were once a branch of Homo sapiens that merged with a mycelial network many years ago. Autopsies of flesh and eggs digestive systems have revealed DNA samples from thousands of different people in each instance, some even tracing to people born during the 1600s. Another odd thing to note is that the mattress folk themselves contain DNA belonging to humans as well.
Huh?
One instance shared DNA in a blood type with Napoleon Bonaparte, leader of the
What?
French
Well, how
Republic.
does that make any fucking sense? What? I thought maybe like from like normal people, like maybe just like people got turned into those things, or like when you like there's gonna be some shit like where the government is making these things, but like Napoleon Bonaparte, how the fuck did they get that DNA?
During the time that the mattress folk were assumed to have come into existence. All in all, it might be a good idea to throw out that mattress that feels just a bit too warm lately. You might be sharing it with something unwanted. Good night, sleep tight, and don't let the bed bite.
Yeah, that one is worth a laugh. I will admit that one's worth a chuckle. What was the what was that? Oddity 2, headless macrosum mundum syncopita. Category pseudolocation disease. Okay. These are the lame ones.
Is a sub-reality nearly identical to Earth's Save, for the fact instead of humans, tail-headless corpses.
Never mind. Okay, it's not the lame one. I always hate like you know the ones that are what's it called, like SCP, or like the backrooms entities that are like just like an object, or a location. Locations are the worst unless they have like actual entities in them. Locations are always just so lame, like the repeating staircase and stuff like that. It's like the repeating staircase, I think it has something in it as well, but like just on it, like on its own, like these kinds of things are kind of boring, I think. Or like the IKEA one, where it's just like, okay, it has entities, yeah, but they're mannequins, which is kind of like, and that's not really. I guess if you have a few mannequins, I guess, but like, you know, otherwise it's not really that
Remain in
spooky.
their stead. These corpses, though
Like compared to
technically
some
dead,
other things, you know, for at least
do weakly breathe through the holes in their necks.
in their
Their
necks. It looks like they're breathing through their fucking chest.
hearts have also been observed to begin convulsing at
Oh,
seemingly
that's their
random
heart.
intervals. These beings are identical in appearance to one
Fucking hell,
another
they're
aside
tall.
from physical dimensions, which can vary severely between each corpse.
Oh.
The headless sub-people dwelling in this pocket reality have been observed changing their behavior when humans have physically interacted with them, and apparently gain a level of awareness and vitality when such events occur. There are approximately 2,393 living humans residing in this reality,
That's a
all
lot of
from
people.
parallel Earth. Every single resident recounts waking up in the headless macrocosm after falling asleep under strange circumstances back in their home realities. No one back in their own parallel homes remembers their faces or identities, which leads to the belief that this place could be a form of anti-reality. A waste compartment of the universe used for aspects of
Bro,
reality
this should have like a cognito hazard on it, bro. I'm not understanding half the shit he's saying.
that are useless or harmful to existential fabric. The humans that live in the headless macrocosm are assumed to be taking shelter in abandoned structures and banding together to search for plant-based food during the warmer times. Fun fact. Humans have coined multiple terms and nicknames for these headless corpses, such as stumpies, cranes, and ichabodies. Despite this sub-reality being detached from main reality, an incident took place which created a temporary tier between the two. A man residing in the headless macrocosm was walking through a field with a small house in the center. Upon reaching the house, the man unintentionally brushed up against one of the breathing bodies. This body, just before motionless aside from the labored convulsions, sprang to life and removed the head of the man. It then proceeded to attach the severed head to the stump of its own neck.
Okay, that's pretty
The
fucked
man's
up.
name was Michael
Michael Tedford.
After the corpse had placed Michael's head where its own should be, an event occurred back on Earth in the year 2061 that resulted in governmental intervention. A family's call to the authorities described an impossibly tall naked figure appearing in their backyard. The presence of this oddity was highly distressing to the family, and they remained inside their home
Well,
until...
that's pretty spooky. I thought maybe it said like when it said like awareness, they got like awareness whenever you touch it. I assumed that they'd be like friendly for some reason, but I guess not. I guess they're murderers. They just fucking kill you instantaneously, rip off your head.
The following photograph depicts this figure they spoke of. Michael Tedford's rotting head is affixed atop its frail neck. Shortly after the photo was taken, what was left of Tedford's existence was removed from the premises and taken to an upscale anomaly testing site. Apparently, this corpse was attempting to quite literally become Tedford by leeching off of his existence. These breathing bodies appear to be in a constant state of yearning to reconnect with the roots of reality again, as they have been taken a hold of by a dangerous and contagious disease. This disease appears to be non-existence itself. It can affect anyone on Earth at any
Again
time,
with the
and once it
non-existence.
takes hold, the headless macrocosm deems you valid for residence within its endless meadows, filled with fellow patients. But don't worry, it's a rare diagnosis. Another fun fact. Occasionally, crude man-made structures will form seemingly out of nowhere in order to correspond with the structures on parallel Earth. As mentioned earlier, the headless macrocosm itself functions like a digestive tract of the universe, and these structures may be antibodies attempting to fight off the virus of non-existence. Now then, check your head. Screwed on tight. Great, because you might want to hang on tight to it for this next one.
Ha 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 ha. That's so funny. Yeah, that was okay. Never mind. That one was way more interesting than I thought it would be when I heard like location. Obelisks of Enlightenment, Illustratio Geometrica, category Enigmatic Divinity. What the fuck is that?
The obelisks of enlightenment are a collective of monolithic beings that are currently residing in different remote locations across the world. Also known as the Fathers of True North, they appear...
You know, some of these are the things that like stand still and do nothing.
Groups of 1 to 8, and stand anywhere from 10 to 150 feet tall. Each obelisk is levitating just barely above the ground and facing geodetic north. Though most of them reside in remote fields and deserts, they have also been found floating above the ocean within the vicinity of the Bermuda Triangle and even of the Moon. They are moving just ever so slightly and progress approximately 2 inches forward a year. These obelisks are enlightened in the infinitely vast secrets of the universe and are constantly vocalizing the excess information as a means of waste to counteract the overwhelming intake of knowledge. Though currently enclosed and monitored by government entities, many people have wandered into these locations prior claiming to be following the sound of angelic singing. This alluring hum emanating from these obelisks induces a massive increase in general intelligence in subjects listening. Folklore often refers to the frequency as the song of the divine contour. Each obelisk's biological elements are unraveled thousands of feet into the sky to make a metaphysical connection from Earth to the universe. It is assumed this is a form of knowledge worship, an attempt
this is
to
a
make
cognito hazard. This is
sacrifice
fucking
for an immortal
my
honor.
brain hurts.
Fun fact. These organs are confirmed to be those of the humans and other biological matter that were absorbed after enlightenment.
Spooky. That's not funny, that's spooky.
The words spoken by the obelisks or entering into close proximity with them, the human brain either spontaneously expands and combusts or receives an ability to comprehend the sacred information. Talk about being open-minded. Whenever a subject is able to comprehend this knowledge, they are biologically absorbed into the obelisk, becoming wholly unified with the being. It is not entirely understood how these anomalies were brought into existence, but they seem to be tears in the fabric of reality akin to black holes. Many speculate that these rifts were opened by ancient giants who were dissatisfied with a lack of Earth's knowledge. Many unnaturally large humanoid skeletons have been found underground adjacent to obelisk sites, further supporting this idea. When the obelisks made their debut on Earth, they aided in the construction of the pyramids of Giza by bestowing digestible levels of sacred knowledge onto Egyptian pharaoh Khufu after he was lured into the desert by their beckoning chords. This knowledge would help Khufu rationalize a possible blueprint and method for building these grand tombs, and they were made into the shapes of pyramids as a tribute to the divine structures. All in all, these obelisks may seem malevolent, but it's important to remember that no physical pain could ever outweigh the agony of infinite knowledge.
Indeed. What's with these like did it move for a second? What's with those like shrines like that are randomly
looks like
placed?
our time here may be almost up.
One last one?
Before you go, it's time for a bonus oddity.
Oh yeah, bonus oddity, bro. Which one's this? This better be the most interesting. Philbus. Oh no, this is an object.
This is Philbus.
Never
It is
mind.
not known where Philbus comes from or why he is here, but there have been a number of people who, after consuming media depicting Philbus, have felt the overwhelming compulsion to practice Philbism. Philbism is a political and somewhat religious ideology which centers around a belief that building/consuming chairs and other wooden furniture is honoring Philbus' great sacrifice. It is not clear what this sacrifice is or what it refers to. Attributes and practices of Philbism
What?
include learning to
And
build
these people never like bothered to like get asked. Nobody bothered to ask these people like what is this thing? Or what happens when they do get asked? Do they just like stay silent and continue eating chairs?
chairs. Learning to properly digest chairs. Promoting/discussing chair consumption on obscure internet forums.
Okay.
Praising the fictional political candidate known as Philbus, who is said to advocate for making furniture consumption a socially accepted and widespread practice. There are so many wonderful things about Philbism. Consume the body of Philbus and become one with many others today. It's a great decision. Just eat from chair to get started. Any mention of Philbism and elaboration on the subject will eventually result in it becoming a sponsorship or advertisement of sorts. We have no idea how to avoid this, sorry. All
My chair's
Philbists
falling
will
apart,
deny
so I
the
can actually do
existence of
that.
Philbism when directly questioned about it. This video was not in any way sponsored by Philbism. This is for educational purposes only. Philbism does not even exist. You can sign up for Philbism certification here. Consume the body of Philbus today. Or would you look at the clock? It's just about
Oh
time
fucking
for us
K.
to part ways. A brief cleansing process will now commence. This
But
purely
this?
auditory procedure will ensure you do not come away from this with any ailments from beyond contracted during your viewing experience. Please close your eyes and do not open them until told to do so.
Sure. I want to open them. I really want to open them. I want to open my eyes. What the fuck is going on? What are these noises? Better not be showing some fucked up things on the screen right now.
You may now open your eyes. Thank you for complying. Thank you for attending Dr. Nowhere's Office of Wonders. We hope that you
Guess I got
enjoyed your
cleansed.
stay.
Woo, okay, that was a good one. That was a good one. I'm tempted. Okay, so here's the thing. Do I go back and see what the fuck I just missed? Or do I just leave you guys like that and be like, yeah, okay, I never saw what was in between all that stuff. And that's like a funny little thing. How's this? If you made it this far in the video, when I post this as a video, just leave in the comments what the fuck happened during that part. And I'll be sure to read the comments and you can explain it to me. Explain to me what happened during that part. But I will not look at it myself.